Hello. That's how it begins. I feel like that's actually how most of them begin, is we just like, hey. Hi. Welcome to today's vlog. Oh no, she's gonna start first. Hey, listen. You're gonna chill with me for a little bit. This is my dog. Hey. You good? Hi. I've said hi like 5 times. This is good. Oh. This is really quality content right now. You're gonna have so much fun editing me being interesting all day long. Do you have a mug preference? I haven't frothed my milk in a hot minute. That sounded kind of weird. That's okay. Hey. I'm like this in most videos in which there are other people. If I'm by myself, I'm kind of chilling, but like, actually no, even if I'm by myself, sometimes I'm still this weird.
Questions?
Yes. So, today we're gonna be answering some questions because I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some, questions. And we got a lot, so I actually don't know which one to go first. One is gonna be the... Okay. First question. Did you have other career options or did you always want to be a fashion designer? I have always wanted to be a fashion designer. However, I went through a phase of also wanting to be a musician and be a singer, but I feel like most people go through that phase of wanting to be a pop star in their lives, so that's not anything new or fun or exciting. But yeah, I definitely did know that I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was like maybe 5. So here's the background. I wrote my college essay on this actually, if you ever wanted to know. When I moved to the States back in 2005, it was the first time that I didn't have to wear a uniform to school, which was the greatest thing ever for me. So I could pick out my outfits every single day and like dress up all the time, which I did and I still do. Not showing that today, but that's okay. I worked out this morning, that's why we look like this. But yeah, no, I've always loved clothing, I've always loved dressing up, and ever since I could, I have, and that's just always been something I do. I didn't start sewing until I was 14, 15 though, like seriously. I also did go through a phase of wanting to be an interior designer for a hot minute. That was when I thought that being a fashion designer wasn't legit enough, so I was like, okay, maybe interior design is a little more legit, and then I realized now like fashion design is legit enough, so I can do that. So moral of the story, yeah, I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. That's that. Oh shoot, that overflowed. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm upset. I love how it's just not coming down. Hey. It's fine. It's unfortunate. That was not satisfying at all. What's my second question? So, somebody asked, did your family support you on wanting to be a fashion designer? And I get asked this quite often. I would say that I had pretty good support from my family. They never told me that I wasn't able to do it or whatnot. However, I think as any good parents and family, they're always going to be concerned for your future, and of course a future in fashion design is never guaranteed to be successful, as it is with a lot of other careers. Like there's a lot of careers where you're guaranteed a job right after you graduate, and fashion design is not one of those. So I think there's always that bit of they're scared that you might not make it. That doesn't mean they don't support you, but they're like kind of worried. So I would say it was more like that, but I had full support. They still support me. They're like my #1 fans all the time, which is really fun. So I would say my family has supported me. Yes. Do you love my awkward endings to every question?
Just start speaking in Spanish for everything.
Honestly.
Or Norwegian.
I was looking up houses in Florence the other day, see if I could buy one. I can't buy one.
The dream is there.
Yeah, the dream is there, but not yet. Not yet. They have beautiful palaces that I could just buy if I had the money. I don't have the money. Yeah, that's what I do in my free time that I don't have.
Speaking of which, I think there's a question that pertains to
That's
that.
a good leeway. Somebody asked what the most difficult part of having a small business is. They also asked if I'm gonna hire anyone to help me. First question. What's the hardest part of having a small business? I think the hardest part is doing everything myself, not having time to do anything for myself other than just business, which isn't a bad thing because I obviously enjoy what I'm doing a lot, but sometimes it does get a little overwhelming and very stressful to do everything myself. So I think it's just like managing everything is really difficult. But I am kind of hiring people to help me. Like my mom helps me from time to time. I have Joe helping me a lot,
Oh boy.
so that's fun. I also have, literally yesterday was the first day I had somebody help me cut out stuff too. I pay them obviously, but yeah, so I feel like randomly I have people help me if I need it. I don't need the help like every single week because every week kind of varies, but like launch weeks are very stressful. So I definitely do have people that help from time to time, but nobody's hired as like a full-time employee or anything. It's just randomly here and then. I just have friends help me, which is really nice. But yeah, eventually I would like to have people actually help out because it's a lot to keep up with. So yeah, worst part is I don't have a lot of free time, but why are words so hard? English.
Again, I think we should just start speaking Norwegian.
Or Spanish. So, overall, I think the hardest part is definitely just not having time for myself and constantly working. I kind of have a work schedule, kind of don't, because I just work until I feel like not working anymore, which is usually very late at night. But I do think it's important to keep a good morning routine for myself. I always wake up at the same time every single day, wake up at 7:30 to keep myself on a consistent schedule to have some sort of stability throughout my day, I suppose. But yeah, I work out every single morning also, which is good. And then after that, always do my skincare routine, which, speaking of, we have a sponsor today, which is really exciting.
Time to go upstairs.
Okay, so today we're sponsored by Charisma and I'm very excited. If you guys have been following me for a while, I've already talked about them so many times because it's my friend Clarice's brand. She has a really awesome skincare brand. I have genuinely been using it since it came out. I was like one of her first customers during the launch. I genuinely love it a lot and I was running out of it already. I have these three, which is the Daily Cleanser, Night Mask, and Daily Moisturizer. So I've been using these since January when it came out, or February, I don't really remember. I know it was like shortly before, you know, the world kind of turned upside down a bit. But she texted me last week and was asking me if I wanted to do sponsorship with her. I was like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I'm literally running out. I was about to go buy more. But she sent me these and I'm very excited. She also sent me the exfoliating scrub and the face mask, which I have not used yet, but I'm very excited to use these. So I use these every single day as part of my skincare routine because I feel like you need to somehow treat yourself during the day, and that is my moment of treating myself, is just doing my skincare routine. I need consistency and also good skin, so let's do it. So today we're gonna be using the Daily Cleanser, which I use every single morning and also at night. I don't know how I actually managed to like actually keep a skincare routine like that, but I do actually use it every single day. As you can what am I saying? As you can see, I use this every single day, so I'm actually genuinely running out, and it's down here right now, and it's also kind of crusty looking because it sits in my shower all day long, but that's beside the point. We're gonna use it now. I need to get my baby hairs out of the way. My baby hairs are wild today. I'm just like looping. Wow, I look like I'm ready to go on a run or something. So I have to talk through this. I feel like I don't want to talk through this. I'm already talking through this. Yeah, I use it. So, how's it going? I'm just out here. Why is this so awkward? I'm making this awkward actually, but yeah, this is it. This is what we do every morning. Pretty exciting. That's it. Well, we moisturize afterwards, but that's hot. Yeah. That's it. That's not it, actually. One more step. This next step moisturizes your skin. That's it. Actually, it probably has a legit thing that it does. I don't know. So after cleansing, always use the daily moisturizer, which I'm also running low on, which is why she sent me more. But that's it. That is what I do every single morning. And it's worked out really well for me. I honestly never used skincare because I was blessed with nice skin growing up. But I never used any because it would always make my skin break out because I have really, really, really sensitive skin overall, which is really counteractive. This genuinely does not break out my skin because I've used it every single day and my skin is doing great. So if you have sensitive skin, I definitely would recommend because it genuinely has worked really well for me for the past few months. So we're gonna head to the post office because we've got packages to drop off. I'm not gonna show addresses, but we've got lots of packages to drop off today. So we're gonna go to the post office, drop them off, and answer some questions along the way. Okay, I'm ready.
What has been your biggest achievement in life?
My biggest achievement in life? That's honestly a hard question because
Yes, yes.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's like almost like different categories. Like you could talk achievements in schooling, career, or you can also talk achievements in personal life, personal development.
I want to hear about both of those actually.
Well.
Or like a personal favorite from those. Like what are the things that you're most proud of?
Right, okay. Well, I think that one of my biggest achievements was definitely getting into FIT, just because obviously it's one of the top fashion schools in the world. It's really hard to get in, so like that is a big achievement in the education field of things and graduating and whatnot. Career-wise, obviously starting my business has been my biggest achievement because I didn't think I was gonna start it so soon. I thought I was gonna be at least like 23 or 24 when I started it, but no, I'm 20, so it's been pretty good so far. So I think that's a big achievement. I think personal development type achievements, like more personal life things, I think it's been a big achievement to just kind of do my own thing. I feel like a lot of people are scared to pursue their passions if it's kind of unconventional in a sense, but I've always been really good about being determined about what I want to do and pursuing it and being persistent about that, which I think is one of my better qualities. So I think it's a very big achievement to be very persistent and determined and be able to have done what I've done thus far in life. Kind of all goes back together, I think. But
speaking of achievements,
yes,
what would be some future goals or future achievements that you're looking to pursue and achieve then in the future?
I would love to obviously expand my business. I would love to get to a point of having an actual studio space, office space, and have people actually working with me. I think it would be really cool to have an actual team of people to grow and stuff, but I also do want to kind of keep it small. I don't ever want to be a big corporation either because I think that goes against everything I'm trying to do. So I do think it'd be really cool to expand my business a little more, reach more people, hopefully influence other fashion designers to also kind of do this type of thing and do it well and be sustainable and ethical with their practices. I think it would be really cool. But yeah, I just want to learn and expand and make my business better, reach more people, and keep doing this, hopefully for a living, and hopefully move out of my parents' house at some point with this. That would be really good too. I also just would like to travel a little more. Unfortunately, I cannot due to unfortunate times in the world, but I would love to get to a point where I can have my business like kind of running for me a little bit so I can go out and enjoy life too, because I get a lot of inspirations from my travels, so it's always good to do that as well. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of where I want to go with life.
Were you taught how to be sustainable?
At school?
Yeah.
No, I was not technically. I feel like a lot of professors kind of start talking about it more because all the professors are like in the know of what's going on with the world and whatnot, so they do kind of bring it up, but it's not like we have classes on how to be sustainable with our practices or anything, because I think it's still very, very new to the fashion world, so I don't think they've put that into their actual coursework yet, but I do think at some point they will, or I think they should at least, but I don't think it's there yet. But I do think that a lot of my classmates are just very well informed on our own time, so I feel like everybody has the same mentality with it anyway, but we're not technically taught it at school, but you know, that's what the internet is for.
So you did learn most of it on the internet then?
I did. I definitely am very much self-taught in that department of things. The internet is a wonderful resource.
how long did it take to launch your brand? And then would you have done anything differently if you did it another time?
I would say it took me maybe 2 months to actually launch my brand. I've had the idea obviously since I was very young, but I think I started taking it seriously kind of at the beginning of May when I was obviously looking at graduating and what I was gonna do, and I launched at the end of June. So it was like roughly that time frame. I don't think there's much I would have done different. I think it was a good start. Obviously I could have done more, started bigger, but I like the way I started. I like that it was kind of just small and whatnot. I'm trying to think if there is anything I would have actually done different.
Wait.
Waiting.
That's my
Wait,
fault.
what was the question?
Would you have done anything differently?
Oh, would I have done anything differently? I don't know if I really would have. I genuinely like the way I did things. I guess now I do things made to order, and I didn't start doing it that way, so I think that would be maybe the one thing that I would change is starting off as made to order, which I was going to, but I thought it would be harder to do it that way, but honestly, it turns out it's actually harder to do it the other way, so lesson learned on that, but I think that's the only thing I'd probably change. Really hope nobody pulls up behind me. There's Brighto. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got him. And there's no one behind me. That is the best feeling ever. I literally get so nervous when people are behind me. Which I have no reason to be, because people will happily wait. Well, actually, I don't know if people will, but I would happily wait if somebody was taking a long time, but anyway.
Biggest introvert comment right there.
Literally, the last vlog I posted, I literally looped around here twice. And I was like, wow, you can really tell I'm introverted, can't you?
Are there any other brands like you that you particularly enjoy or prefer?
Well, I know there are a lot of brands like me, but if I'm gonna be honest, they're very expensive and I don't actually shop from them because I am too cheap to do that, unfortunately. That, and I can make my own clothes, so I don't really care to buy from other people. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of brands like me. I really like this brand called And Again. I found them on TikTok, but they're really cool. They're definitely more on the luxury end of things, so they're very, very pricey, but they're really cool, and they're also fully zero waste. They show their whole process, and it's really, I really like them. There's also Olivia Rose the Label, has really cute stuff, and she also makes everything to order. She's more like girly, feminine, like big puffy sleeve type girl. She's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely a lot out there, and they're all very like small independent artist type, so you definitely have to search to find them, but there's definitely a lot of people out there that do the same thing that I do. I'm definitely not the only person out there that is doing this, which is a good thing because more people should be doing it.
Fashion inspo, people, brands, places. What's your go-to?
My go-to fashion inspo is kind of like a very weird mix of things. I really love the 90s and the 50s, which are two very different eras, but I really like them a lot for fashion inspo. I also really love using like Spain as my inspiration. Obviously I am from there, but I really love flamenco. I grew up dancing flamenco, so that's just always been a very big inspiration for me. I love traditional like flamenco outfits and stuff. I feel like that's always a really big inspiration in a lot of my works. Honestly, that's probably it. I would say 50s, 90s, and flamenco are like my top 3 things. Also, Audrey Hepburn, incredible. Love her. She is like my style icon. If I could be anybody, it would be her. I feel like that really pretty much sums it up. I like to be very simplistic and elegant, but like kind of bold. That's kind of my vibe. I think that looks good. Do you think that looks good? Sorry, really that's what I do when I wear them. I'm like, dang. Yeah, okay. We'll do. Go ahead, photo take. Okay. So, last question. What equipment and sewing machine do you have or recommend? I have a Janome Magnolia 7330 as a sewing machine, which I really, really love. But I did have a Singer Simple beforehand, which is definitely a cheaper, more basic sewing machine, but it does the job if you're just starting. So I had that one, but this one is a little more advanced, which I really love. And for my serger, I have a Singer Pro Finish as a serger, which I also really love. I've had no problems with it, so it's really good. Somebody also asked if a serger is worth it, and I think it is if you sew a lot with knit fabrics, or if you want to have a very professional finish to your garments, then I think it's definitely a good investment to have. I use it all the time. I love it a lot, so definitely would recommend, but only if you are a more legit sewer and you sew a lot. I think it's good. Well, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and if you want to be featured in my next Q&A, follow me on Instagram. My links are down below. And that is it. I'll see you guys in the next one.